Filter logic governs how and when filters apply to your report. Consider this opportunity pipeline report, which already has a few filters set. Add filter logic by clicking More Options, then Add Filter Logic. Filter logic only applies to custom filters, so it doesn't change how standard filters and cross filters apply to a report. Here, the report is filtered by Opportunity Owner equals Lance Park, and Created Date equals this year, and Industry equals Technology, and Amount is greater than 500,000. Notice that the default logic operator is and it applies filters in the order they were added. This is how filters get applied even if you don't add any filter logic to your report, so your report naturally only shows data that fit all of the criteria. But say your boss asks you to focus on opportunities outside the technology industry. Use not to reverse how a filter gets applied, or even reverse an entire filter logic statement. To see opportunities that meet all these criteria, but which aren't in the technology industry, edit the filter logic to read not 3, and 1, and 2, and 4. Now your report only shows Lance's opportunities that are worth more than $500,000 in industries other than technology. As the customer service manager at Ursa Major Solar, Lance wants to know which cases your team should focus on resolving first. He wants to see cases that have been modified this year and are either high priority or escalated. But his report is blank because it's filtering for high priority escalated cases that were last modified this year. To broaden the search, use OR. Let's apply OR to reflect this year's cases that are either high priority or have been escalated. First, open the More Options menu. Select Add Filter Logic and enter 1 and 2 or 3 into the Edit Filter Logic panel. We're not done yet, because without parentheses, filter logic would return results where case last modified date equals this year and escalated equals true, or simply all cases where priority equals high. Filter logic uses a simplified order of operations where values in parentheses are always assessed before those that fall outside of them. To be sure the report shows the data we want, add parentheses around 2 or 3. Then click Apply. Now, the report returns cases that were last modified sometime this year and are either high priority or have been escalated. Let's tackle a more advanced example. Say you work as a sales manager for a company that sells solar panels and primarily deals in 3 industries: agriculture, apparel, and retail. Your CEO, Sita Nagapan Alvarez, thinks one of the company's latest products would be perfect for accounts related to apparel or retail, but because of a conflict of interest, she's warned you not to include agricultural accounts in your report. She's also asked you to limit the report data to only include large accounts, which are defined as those with at least $1 million in annual revenue or those with more than 1,000 employees. Open the More Options menu and select Add Filter Logic. Start by grouping the filter elements Sita has asked about. She wants to see accounts in apparel or retail, so let's put them together in parentheses. Then, group the annual revenue and employees filters together. Add AND between filter groups to properly separate them. Then, group the entire function in another set of parentheses. Finally, Sita has asked you to exclude agriculture, so apply the NOT operator before the function to ensure filter 1 is left out from the report. Attach the condition to the function with AND, then click Apply. Run the report to see a complete list of all the accounts that meet Sita's specifications. It looks like there are 12 accounts the company's new product would be perfect for. It's going to be a great year for Ursa Major Solar. For more information on filter logic, including other examples of how to use it, see these topics in the Salesforce help, or join us on the trail at trailblazer.salesforce.com.